Consumerism, the root of sexism, an analysis of Japanese markets influencing gender roles and sexism. Consumption plays a larger role in our lives than any of us may realize, promoting or deconstructing age-old ideas. It warrants a say in more than we even know. When looking at the link between consumerism and sexism, you have to begin with the basics. That is, what links everything else. And for that, we look at global flows. The initial link between people, places, and culture stems from this very flow. Without it, rigid culture differentialism would thrive throughout the world. However, integration offers the exact opposite, as cultural homogenization promotes standardization and uniformity. This idea can go both ways when it comes to sexism. On one hand, feminist ideals expand outward from more liberal countries, but so do conservative gender roles and inequality from less lenient cultures. Global flows are elicited from numerous different sources, be it technology or people. Yet, perhaps the most powerful is that of financescapes and the effect of the market economy. Markets practice the selling and buying of artifacts, material goods created by people for practical purposes. It's here that we see the birth of consumerism, manufacturers developing products or artifacts that will satisfy consumer needs. And subsequently, we see just how influential capital can be. From companies to advertisements to consumption, money has a lot to do with the flow of information. Companies have the power to ingrain whatever message they desire into advertisements and products themselves. And of course, they target their most susceptible audience, kids. The play industry, which relies on children as its primary customer, consists of comics, TV shows, electronic games, toys, etc. Most likely, children receive these commodities from parents in order to encourage desired social futures, meaning they purchase items for their children to suit whatever social role they imagine for their kids as they transition to adulthood. And gender can also play a role in this decision, which marketing teams are well aware of. To many, gender roles, along with concepts of strong masculinity and delicate femininity, are a part of the social futures they imagine for their child. Thus, toys are marketed to specific genders as well, encouraging either stereotypical masculine or feminine qualities. This creates a clear divide between the sexes from a young age. From a young age, products send a message to children about how they should act simply based upon their genitalia. Consumption as a cultural practice enacts a socially learned code, to which people map out their experiences to. This includes the consideration of what gender someone is buying for. Ever look down an aisle and know exactly who it's meant for? The masculine aisle is filled with trucks and toy guns and Legos, while the feminine aisle remains focused on princesses and beauty and turning menial household chores into a game little girls are taught at a young age. They're taught to worry about their hair and makeup before anything else, hoping to one day be suitable for a Prince Charming. It's this sort of sexism that consumerism provides right from the beginning, and it expands further than the toy aisle, depicting helpless women in movies and sexualizing characters. Women are casted time and time again in tropes such as damsel in distress and useless sidekick, or even just thrown in the background as sexual objects. Take Sword Art Online, for example. The popular Japanese anime follows the story of video gamer Kirito. Our male hero, along with the countless other individuals, finds himself trapped inside a massive online multiplayer. They must figure a way out and along the way complete quests to gain XP and level up. Another of the main characters, Asuna, serves as his female sidekick, even acting as romantic interest whenever convenient. While she is strong and skilled in her own right, it is up to Kirito to save everyone. The show even goes as far as to trap Asuna for nearly an entire season, leaving her as a prize to be won by the hero. Several instances of sexist female tropes can be seen throughout media, and the country of Japan is in no position to claim innocence. Anime, a beautiful collaborative art form which expands across many years of Japanese history, fails to completely estrange themselves from blatant sexism. In fact, many know the genre for its crude depiction of women and submissive character designs. In addition, several niches surrounding the medium, including the sexualization of young adult characters, or rather the not yet adult but still not child characters. This comes from the original concept of the shoujo style of character. Animators take no liberties in sexualizing characters, most commonly women. Anime females are often depicted as frail, blushing individuals, unaware of their abnormally enhanced features. Sexualization becomes a recurring theme throughout these shows, and isn't even questioned when it's inserted into the most neutral of situations. However, the film Howl's Moving Castle challenges this concept, as the once young Sophie is turned old and wrinkled by the Witch of the Wastes, yet perseveres throughout the movie independently and confidently, despite her lack of what predetermined femininity and beauty should look like. In the end, she is seen as truly beautiful, even by herself, as she accomplishes goals and tasks important to herself. It's rare that we even see characters like this in Japanese animes, considering the cultural context of the genre is still largely patriarchal. And while many anime characters are reduced to little more than sexual fantasies, Japan really isn't to blame. The fact of the matter is, everything relates back to consumerism. The companies are simply manufacturing and distributing goods that will satisfy consumers. And, since from a young age, women are bound to a life of vanity and simplicity, it's no wonder few question the sexualization of a 2D character. Consumerism elicits complete and utter control over global flows, influencing minds young and old. And when old habits die hard in the form of Barbies and Batman, it's easy to overlook the formation and continuation of sexism and enforcing gender roles through media, play, and consumption.